This is Carrie Johnson with the Iowa Department of Management, and this is part 5 of a webinar series to provide county auditors and their staff some information as they start to work on the 2022 submission of valuation data to Department of Management. This part 5 is going to talk specifically about the different reports that are available to you as a county auditor, and some just highlights of those reports and things you would want to double check. So, when we talk about reports and valuation reports, you'll find them when you're logged into the system. If you go to the left-hand navigation and go all the way to the bottom under reports, there is an option that says valuation reports. And the reports menu has a variety of different options available to you. You can also use the search option to pull up a particular report if you know what you're looking for. And one thing to keep in mind is that each and every report is available to you as a PDF, so this red icon, or as a CSV file. So you can download that CSV file and import it into Excel and manipulate the data if that's something that you would choose to do. Report parameters, again, when you run the different reports, sometimes it's only by year and county. Sometimes it's by year, levy authority type, and the particular levy authority itself. So there's different reports have different parameters, but you would go in and provide values for each and every option and then click OK to run that particular report. The screen is going to give you a green notification that the report has generated successfully, and then a download option, which you would then click on to actually download it to your machine. One report that's very important to run prior to filing your data with Department of Management is the gas and electric reconciliation report. You're going to want to run this report and then compare it to the same or similar report on the Department of Revenue's website, where they provide a summary of each and every tax district and the assessed and taxable value of gas and electric in that tax district. Those should those should match, correct? Unless you as a county auditor have filed a Form 2 report and have moved value from one tax district to another for a variety of different reasons, such as deleting a tax district. So if you have any concerns after running the gas and electric reconciliation report, it's very important to follow up with me, perhaps with Department of Revenue, depending on the question, and get that all ironed out prior to filing your valuations. Tax district summary report is also a good report to run to do your double checks. It's just going to provide you with a listing of each and every tax district, the district name, and the highlights of the different particulars of that tax district, as well as the sum of the valuation in that district. Estimated TIF area revenue report. This is a very important report to run for both you and your TIF authorities within your county. We run this report to make sure that what we've submitted is generating the TIF revenue that we anticipated. Right. So this report takes the taxable value that you have uploaded for each and every increment district within your county. It applies the estimated net consolidated tax rate, which is just in this case the current year tax rate, and then it calculates the estimated TIF area revenue. So definitely run this report. Make sure that what you're seeing for the estimated TIF area revenue is very close to what you're estimating is going to be generated in order to service the debt in those different TIF areas. Key change report for taxing districts. This report is just going to provide you with a summary of any changes you made to taxing districts. So new districts you created, districts that were deleted, that sort of thing. So it's a good one to double check if you're in there working with your tax districts. If you didn't make any tax district changes and you happen to run this report, you will find a no records found icon show up at the top of your screen, basically meaning you didn't make any changes, so they're not able to run a report for you showing the changes. Key change report for TIF areas. Again, this provides you with a summary of any changes you made to TIF areas within your county, such as adding new areas, consolidating areas, etc. It is very important to run that taxable valuation by levy authority and run it for each and every levy authority within your county. It is the 6-column report. These values are used to calculate the tax rate and the asking within the particular levy authority. So it's very important that these numbers make sense, that they are exactly what you anticipated based on the work that you did in your local software and those similar reports. And again, check to make sure that each levy authority is correct and that all 6 columns are correct. 100% valuations by levy authority. Again, double check this. Check to be certain each levy authority is correct. Before and after military exemptions are correct. This report is most commonly used to calculate the ability to levy debt service. So it calculates that constitutional, it's used to calculate that constitutional debt limit for those levy authorities that can issue debt. So again, a very important report, and we want to make sure it's correct. You want to take a look at that levy authority valuations by class, 100% and taxable. Make sure that they make sense and that they're jiving with what you have on your local system. One thing I want to point out to you regarding the levy authority valuations by class taxable, because of that two-tier limitation, assessment limitation or rollback we have on commercial, residential, or excuse me, commercial, industrial, and railroad, it is impossible to take that 100% value that we show, on the previous report here. You can't take that 100% value, apply a 90% rollback, and have a resulting taxable value that's close. So what we've done is indicate for folks via a footnote on this particular report that the two-tier limitation that's applied to commercial, industrial, and railroad values just simply provide a situation where we cannot determine by application of a single percentage what that taxable value is. So just sort of be aware of it. If you have someone that says, oh, I'm looking at my 100% value for commercial, and if I apply a 90% rollback to it, I don't get the taxable. Well, you won't anymore because of the two-tier limitation and those types of things. So we're just kind of giving folks a heads up with the footnote on the report. But again, just be prepared if you have that question, you might have to explain it. Again, with that 100% taxable levy authority valuations by class, make sure to compare this year's total valuations by class to last year's by class. It's good to take a look at, are there any large changes? Can those large changes be explained? You can ask the assessor if there's large changes in the 100% from one year to the next and you're not sure what exactly was going on. It can't be explained away by a new business or something of that nature. So certainly look for major changes and anything that might raise a red flag and needs some more explanation. Another report that's helpful to run is a tax district recap report. This report is every single page represents a tax district, right? So it provides for you for that tax district all the information that was uploaded for that particular district. So the property type, city ag, city exempt, etc. It's going to provide that information for you. And then it's going to list the 100% and taxable value by class for that particular tax district. On the bottom, it's going to tell you which levy authorities are assigned to that particular tax district. So it's going to give you all that information. The reason why I always highlight this report for folks is if you're having an error or a problem, This is going to give you sort of that granular tax district data that you might need in order to identify the issue and narrow down and get to the problem and fix it. So good report to access. Every year I do have questions from folks, why is the tax rate zero? Again, remember this is the beginning of the 2022 valuation process that's used for budgets. So those tax rates are going to be listed as zero for 2022 because it's fiscal year 24 budgets. At the conclusion of the budget process, then yes, if you ran this report in June, you would see tax rates populated in these areas. And again, you can also run that tax district recap report as a CSV file and dump it into Excel and manipulate it. And it's going to show you similar information, each and every county, all the information, or excuse me, each and every tax district in your county, and all the information related to that tax district. And also, it will provide you with the information that I showed you at the bottom of that tax district recap report, meaning it's going to show the levy authorities that are assigned to that tax district. And if you ran it for, depending on what time you run that report, if budgets are completed, then it would show you their associated tax rate. If you have any questions about the reports within the system or anything else as you're working on your values, please feel free to contact me either by phone or by email. Thank you.